G'day, it's Ash from QuadraFire here, and today we're going to do a technology walkthrough of the QuadraFire wood stove range. So the first point we're going to talk about is QuadraFire's patented 4-point combustion technology. It's the 4-point combustion technology inside these units which gives us the great efficiency that we do achieve with QuadraFire and makes us the most efficient wood burning product on the Australian market. So quad burn technology means the fire's burning in 4 points inside the fireplace. So you've got a primary burn, secondary burn, tertiary burn and a quaternary burn above the top of the baffle. So that's cleaning up your burn whilst not losing efficiency at the same time. So it's a great thing that gives us those overnight burns, gives us the maximum efficiency of 85%, which makes us the most efficient, but also too gives us those long burns of up to 21 hours on some of our units. The other great feature of the QuadraFire units is the ACC system on the unit. With high efficient fireplaces, generally the hardest thing is to be able to get the fire started or reloading from a burn cycle itself. So with an ACC system, if we're reloading like we are here today, we'd open up the fireplace door, pop a piece of wood inside the fireplace, shut that door, and then with the ACC system down the side here, push that all the way back, then bring that back forward. And what that's done is opened up the secondary air to the unit, which is bringing air directly into the guts of the fireplace itself. And that's going to give you all that extra air to be able to let the fire establish and get going. So as opposed to having to feather the front door to be able to get the fire going, if you're going for an overnight burn, you could load that up, set the ACC off and walk away from it. Still does have the primary air control at the top here, which is the one that you control the fire off in most of the time. And that control is what's keeping your glass clean at the front here. But the beauty of the ACC system is that you have that extra air when the fire needs it the most. So the first thing you notice on the QuadraFire unit is the thickness of the steel. So top lip here is an 8mm construction, and that goes with the 6mm construction of the firebox itself. Coupled together with that is the fire brick liners that are inside the unit. So we're using a 32mm wick fire liner, and that's going to give you durability of the product, but also thermal mass for the unit as well. The other thing about the QuadraFire units is the door itself. So we use a full cast door on the unit which seals directly up against the unit itself. And then the first thing you can see there too is the ash lip that sits at the front of the unit. It's got a nice deep firebox inside there, which means the fire's going to sit low, but having that ash lip there means that when you open the door, it's going to collect any ashes that fall out without having anything fall to the ground. Inside the unit is the depth of the firebox itself. So just using this rod here, which is around just under 1 metre long, we can fit that right inside the fireplace. So you're going to be able to fit a really decent piece of wood inside there without having too much issue at all. And that's across the range as well. We use basically a north-south loading system on these units. So even looking at the heater loader WS22 that we've got across the corner here, that too is also quite a deep firebox. That means you're going to be able to get a decent sized piece of wood in there without having to chop up into small pieces. And that's what's going to give you your overnight burn and efficiency on the unit as well. The other great thing about these units too is that they are a radiant unit, but they can also be equipped with a fan. So looking at the step top unit we've got here, the fan attaches to the rear of the unit, blows air up and then in between the two steps straight out here. So you get great convection heat out of it as well. Looking next to us here, we've got a 31 Millennium. Same thing again, fan attaches to the back, blows out the back here and across the top. So the other great feature of a QuadraFire unit is that it is an active cooktop on top of the unit, which means that not only do you get great radiant heat off the top of the unit, you can harness that heat and be able to cook on top as well. So whether you're using a cast pot like what we've got here to be able to do a slow roast on top, or a kettle to be able to boil the kettle, or a humidifier to be able to put some humidity into your room, or using a Vision Line oven on top as well. And the oven gives you ability to be able to cook roasts or bake on top or anything you like on top there as well. So a great feature on these units. Being North American units, it means that they also have outside air built into the unit, which means that the unit can bring air from outside in to combust, which means that you're taking away any type of negative or positive air pressures inside the room. With this particular unit here, we've got it fitted with the Vision Line air system. So not only is the flue exhausting out, but it's also bringing down air from the outside flue through the back of the exchanger here and directly in the back of the unit, which means that you have a flue kit which is totally sealed inside the room and acting as a balanced flue fireplace. So that's our technology overview of the QuadraFire range. You can check out the entire range at your local dealer, Bairnsdale Stoves and Heating, Great Alpine Road in Bairnsdale.